Scott, it is fall because why? Gears 5 is here.
Kate. No. Kate, you can't see this. You don't want to see this. I'm sorry. Kate? I'm sorry.
All right, Scott, you and I jumped into Gears 5 by the Coalition. This is a big title coming for Xbox, something they really need to hit hard and hit heavy with. Thoughts?
Oh, well, this is a big AAA game, and it's also going to be on Game Pass, so they're kind of risking a lot here.
Yeah, they certainly are.
They're putting it out on a limb, but my first impressions of this, wow.
That kind of sums up a lot of it right there. Man, I was impressed. This game is stunning, and the story, honestly, had me hooked right from the get-go. I was invested right away.
Now, I have to add on that, I played Gears 4, and the story was not at all nearly as much of a draw.
No,
it got boring, it got stale.
Yep.
I'm a Gears fan, I played some 4, but it just wasn't kind of what I was expecting. This time around, the cutscenes play like a movie.
Yes.
All the characters are really cool.
Yeah.
All the combat goes into the cutscene seamlessly a lot of the time.
Yep.
This game just was a lot more of the package that I was looking for.
It was polished. That's what it comes down to. Is this from the writing to the audio to the visuals to the voiceovers, everything? You know what, Coalition?
Good job.
Great job. This is a fantastic Gears game. One that nobody, from a new player like myself, because I'm not one from way back from Gears. I came a little late with Gears 4, kind of went,
yeah.
But then Gears 5 pops up, man.
If this is your first Gears experience, this is the right one to try out versus 4. I would not even touch 4.
No, but it does, what I do like what they do with Gears 5 is that they give homage, they pay homage to old Gears games. So there are certain parts where I go, man, I know there's more to this part that I'm missing, but I like where they're leading with it. So if you are an original Gears fan, you're going to get that throwback to some of those little tie-ins, little snippets and
little bits of the story
Easter
that
eggs,
they bring back up again. Marcus Phoenix is a returning character. You get these kind of old staples in the game, and they're grizzled, but I'm glad they're there. They they direct the narrative really well. Baird being on the radio with you all the time, that's an old throwback, and I really like that. Like it kind of fits his personality and everything. You have this fun kind of dialogue going on all the time.
The main focus this time, though, I think it kind of had a lot of concern with a lot of people, is that your main protagonist is Kate. And her storyline, though, is phenomenal. That is really what kind of hooked me and kind of carried me through. You start off with everybody right at the beginning. Okay, well, let me back this up. Because when you start the game, you go into boot camp. And that is one of the most dumbed down, brutal things I've ever played as a tutorial.
Yeah,
this is like if an alien came down and said, I've never played a video game, and you handed them the controller. It literally walked you through step by step from how to shoot a gun, to throwing, to cover, to this, to that. It was like 20 minutes of just me bashing my head against the wall trying to get through
extended,
this.
Yeah, and you're getting little quips from Baird and the robots and stuff, but it was dry. But in contrast, they just slam you right into the campaign.
Finally.
Where the action gets super intense.
Yeah.
And then it breaks it up too later on in the game. It's not just a linear kind of path that you're running through.
I like that touch. A little slow down, right?
Yeah, so they bridge the gap between like the good storyline and then the crazy chaotic fights.
Yeah.
But they do so in such a way where you're moving through the levels and it seems fresh. I found in 4, and this is mainly just a gripe at 4, but everything was a hard mode, or everything was a horde mode rather. So you would fight into a station and then you just hold it against a wave of enemies, and that was so boring.
I still feel that a bit here, though. You can tell when the enemies are about to come at you,
Yeah.
and you're about to defend this little area that you're in and kind of push forward. But there's so much of it too. When you, man, I don't want to spoil, but some of these areas are so massive. And I want to talk about the skiff.
Yes. That
This
was really
thing
cool.
is this new for Gears?
Yes,
it is new, eh?
They've had vehicles, but
Yes.
nothing like this.
This skiff. So it's like, how do you describe this, Scott? A parachute
It's
on.
It's like a dog sled, but instead of
Yeah.
dogs, it's a parachute.
It's a parachute,
Yeah.
man. This thing is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like snowboarding. It is so cool from the snow to the desert. You go in and stuff. It was, man, I had a blast. I could honestly just kind of traverse the world just on the skiff. What a well-crafted idea for a vehicle to use. It is so cool.
And it's got utility. It has a gun. You can put your guns on it to store,
You
so
can
you're bringing
store it,
stuff
too.
around.
Man, it was cool. I was
That was-
popping off from one level, bringing my guns, storing my guns. So you got to bring your heavies, right? Coming in with I love the
The
tri-shot.
tri-gun, yeah,
the
yeah,
tri-shot
oh, yeah.
is so good. I love Gears 5. It's so good.
You know, I'm beginning to think.
So we're
Niles
mentioning the skiff
wasn't
and
nice
running
guy.
around on all these crazy, huge levels.
Yeah.
This game is just beautiful. I'm playing this on a Xbox One X, and I have
Yeah,
a
me too.
4K TV.
Yep.
So I get the absolute beautiful particle effects and the smoke and the fire,
The lighting.
the lighting, even just the menu. Why is the menu so high definition? It's really just quite beautiful. And then not only just how it looks, the sound is just as good. There's
The Coalition stepped up their game this time around. They
Oh, yeah.
really came together to form one beautiful package. The lighting effects, like you walk into certain environments and the way the sun shines through the level, through the trees, and you see this mist kind of go through, and then you're walking through snow areas and the depth that you feel like you're traversing through that level.
kicking up little bits of snow out here and there and sliding down mountains and
Oh,
stuff.
it's so good. Oh. I went up one part of the mountain, you clear out the level, and I came back. My track was there from the first time I went up.
Yeah,
Like
that's cool.
small little touches like that, the little details. Man, they paid attention to everything. I'm impressed.
Well, and little details. All these buildings you're going through are a lot less blown up than the original kind of trilogy of Gears.
Yeah.
So the games used to look good, but now they look good, and the map's so populated. All these bookshelves are
Yes.
just loaded. There's garbage and scraps here and there.
Oh, yeah,
but
it's
there's
littered.
it's just such a busy world, and it looks a lot more full than the old games.
It looks more believable in a drastic environment that's kind of been destroyed and ruined at certain areas, right? But I hit one part earlier in the week, and it was massive. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was huge. And you're inside this thing, and I was like, my jaw hit the ground. One thing that you and I were doing is that I played a little differently than you because I played with my girlfriend, and that allowed us to play split screen.
See, I actually had my girlfriend and a friend.
Oh,
I went for the 3-player split screen. I have
Nice.
never seen anything cool quite like this before.
Yeah.
So we can be the main characters,
Yeah.
and the 3rd player gets to be our Jack, our robot.
Jack's cool.
And Jack's really cool.
He's cool.
He's got a shock probe. He's got a flash
the
thing.
zapper thing
but-
is one of the best additions to this game.
And you're customizing him the whole way through. You're finding
Yeah.
these collectibles that you use to upgrade Jack, and he gets
Yep.
these new abilities, and you get to customize those and make them better.
It's cool.
I like that. It's open-ended kind of gameplay. It's perfect.
There's so many options with Jack. So he's got a passive slot, and then he's got 2 other abilities. And the way it works is that I can use Jack to line up certain abilities that I want, and then my girlfriend had it set up for her to use Jack for other abilities. So if we were getting in, I was sending Jack out to go, like he would drop this the zapper trap down.
Yeah.
And then, but then she would hit up with the pulse, and then all of a sudden we get a pulse wave through. So we're hitting the Jack twice. So it was really cool. So if you're playing
Extra.
single player, you're using them only once. But if you jump in with multiple people at the same time, you're able to use Jack ability a little bit more often and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
They fucking
Dude, they fucking crushed this.
They thought about it.
All right, so let's let's do this.
so glad they didn't.
So this week we are going to, let's wrap this up with, this week we're talking about the campaign only. Next week we'll be back again. Then we're gonna do a deep dive into the multiplayer and stuff.
Cool.
Okay?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna play our Let's Play.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do Let's Play this week on the show. We can all jump in and do a horde mode or
Yeah.
the new escape mode as well, right?
Yeah, I want to see what that's about because I don't know what that is. It's new.
Yeah. Yeah, you dive in, you gotta go down in the hives. Okay, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Scott, you and I are talking about the campaign, and this week, this is what we're focusing on, is the campaign of Gears and how well it stands up. Is it worth everyone's time? Did the Coalition do what they should have done for a AAA title and revive Gears, I think, from where they kind of slacked off a little bit last time with Gears 4. Next week, we'll be back again, where we're gonna do a deep dive into the multiplayer side. So let's wrap this up, Scott. Anything else you want to touch on before we go, or you want to score Gears 5 campaign?
I'm ready to score this one. I think we hit just about every little nail. What a huge package. I'm just, wow. I got to give this one a 9 out of 10. I think they really revived Gears.
You know what? You got me too. I think they've done an outstanding job. Really caught me more than I anticipated. The campaign is so good. It is solid. I'm there for the 9.5.
Where are we going?
Back to where it all began.
Who's in the shadow?
Gears 5 campaign was the complete package. Outstanding visuals, great gameplay, fantastic voiceover, and Kate's story is a thrill that will keep you coming back for more. Once you get past the boot camp, you won't turn back. One of the best Gears in years. Subscribe to never miss a video, and help us by hitting that like button.